Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m. with big plans, only to hit snooze and wake up at 8, feeling guilty? Many of us have read that successful people wake up early. Maybe we've tried it once, twice, or even 10 times, but we always go back to old habits. You tell yourself, I'm just not a morning person. I need my sleep. But what if I told you that the first 2 hours of your day could change your life forever? This is the story of Thomas, a 32-year-old night security guard living in a small industrial town. Every evening at 8 p.m., he began his shift at a textile warehouse. By 6 a.m., exhausted and drained, he returned home to a tiny one-room apartment with a broken fan, a mattress on the floor, and a single flickering light bulb. His clothes were old, his shoes had holes, and his life felt stuck. Thomas wasn't lazy. He worked tirelessly every night, walking miles and staying alert. Yet, he felt trapped in a life going nowhere. Every morning, walking past sleeping streets, he watched families having breakfast, children preparing for school, men heading to offices in clean shirts. And he thought, will this be my life forever? He applied for better jobs but was blocked by his high school education. He tried to learn new skills, but after night shifts, all he could do was sleep. His mother, living in the countryside, would call once a week, Thomas. When will your life get better? I want to see you succeed before I die. He forced cheerfulness into his voice, saying, soon, Mama. I'm working on it. But he didn't know how. One Tuesday morning, his phone rang just as he left work. His mother had collapsed and was in the hospital. Thomas rushed to the village, a 3-hour journey that felt endless. At the small rural clinic, she held his hand and whispered, Thomas, I don't have much time left. Please, my son, don't waste your life like I wasted mine. Find a way. Promise me. That night, standing in the pre-dawn darkness at 5:00 a.m. Thomas decided, no more. Thomas's journey back to town on the bus was full of reflection. Across from him sat a well-dressed man in his 50s, reading peacefully. Thomas recognized him, Mr. Chen, a successful local businessman. The time was 6 a.m., and Thomas realized Mr. Chen was awake while the town was just starting its day. Gathering courage, Thomas asked, Sir, why are you on this early bus? Mr. Chen smiled. I wake at 4:30 a.m. every day. I read, think, and plan my day before the world wakes up. 7.5 hours of sleep is enough. Thomas nodded, realizing the truth. He was awake when the world slept and asleep when the world worked. No wonder he was stuck. Mr. Chen shared his secret. The hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. were magic hours. That time could build the life Thomas wanted while others dreamed. Mr. Chen handed him a card, saying, call me if you're serious. Discipline is the key. Most people don't have it. That evening, Thomas made the call. For the first time in years, he was awake during daylight on a weekday. Mr. Chen guided him with a simple system. Hour 1, 5 to 6 a.m. Build skills. Learn something that changes your future, languages, trades, online courses. No distractions, no excuses. Hour 2, 6 to 7 a.m. Build body and mind. 30 minutes of exercise, followed by planning your day or reviewing what you learned. 3 rules followed, no negotiation, wake at 5 a.m. Every day, including weekends, sleep by 9 p.m., your rest is controlled, not your enemy. The first week will be hell, push through. After 21 days, it becomes normal. After 90 days, it becomes who you are. Thomas committed. The next morning, his alarm screamed at 5 a.m. His body protested, his mind whispered, one more hour, but he remembered his promise. The first week was agony. He forced himself to learn Excel tutorials and accounting skills on YouTube. By 6 a.m., he walked, then read articles. By 7:30 a.m., he returned to bed for a few hours before his night shift. By day 20, Thomas's body adapted. By the end of the second month, Thomas had completed 3 online courses in accounting and Excel. He had lost weight from daily walks, and his mind felt sharper. His confidence grew noticeably. Colleagues began to notice, "Thomas, you look different, healthier. What changed?" He smiled, "I'm changing my life, 2 hours at a time." In the third month, Thomas applied what he had learned. He created a simple Excel spreadsheet to organize warehouse inventory, something the company had never done properly. His supervisor was impressed. "Thomas, how did you learn this?" Thomas replied, "I wake at 5 a.m. and teach myself." Word reached the warehouse manager, then the owner. On day 87, Thomas was called into the office. "We're expanding the accounting department. Your knowledge of warehouse operations and basic bookkeeping makes you perfect. Day shift, double your salary. When do you start?" Thomas was speechless. 3 months ago, he was a struggling night guard, now he was being offered a promotion. That evening, Thomas called Mr. Chen. "I did it. 90 days. I never missed a single 5 a.m. wake-up. Today, I got promoted." Mr. Chen's voice was proud. "I knew you would." Remember, 5 a.m. is not a strategy. It's your life now. 1 year later, Thomas had become the company's lead accountant. He had saved enough to move his mother to town, provide proper medical care, and rent a decent apartment. Every morning at 5 a.m., he continued to wake, not because he had to, but because those 2 hours were sacred. He learned new software, read business books, and planned his future. Coworkers asked, "Thomas, why wake so early?" He smiled, "Success is not a destination. It's a daily practice." Mine begins at 5 a.m. Thomas's story is proof of something powerful. Your life can change, not someday, not when circumstances improve, but starting tomorrow morning. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is not talent, luck, or hard work, it's how you use the time when every